Here we go again. That 7 year itch to do it with a mutual friend, man. Dang. Cold blooded, dude. Cold blooded. There's only one thing to do: divorce. You got to divorce.
Wife of 7 years cheated on me. Now everyone in my circle, friends, her parents, and my parents are suggesting me to take her back. Don't know what to do. I met my wife 10 years ago. We both were in college, dated for 3 years and married for 7. She is beautiful, an amazing person, and everyone in my family loves her. 4 months ago, I found out my wife was having an affair with a mutual friend of ours. It was a 1.5 month affair. She was acting very shady at that time. She would ignore my messages, turn me down every time I tried to initiate sex. I thought something was wrong. I did snoop but found nothing. Eventually, I hired a PI. Within 1 week, I got proofs. She was having an affair with our mutual friend. I immediately confronted her. She confessed having an affair. Immediately, she started crying, begging. Basically, all classic cheater moves when they are caught. I asked her for all details with detailed timeline. At night gave me everything. Basically, she was using another phone for having an affair. She told me she had sex with him only 4 times and rest of time they were just hanging out and having fun. 3 days later, more crying and talking crap about herself, she told me that she had deleted all contracts with him and do whatever it takes to make our marriage work. She suggested marriage counseling. I denied, told her to leave me alone. I was hurt, betrayed, humiliated. She moved out to her parents. She started texting me every hour how much she loves me and how she regrets this and will do anything to save our marriage. After completely ignoring her for 2 days, I texted her that we are getting divorced. She freaked out and started having emotions breakdown. My phone started blowing up with her parents, sister, friends telling me not to end marriage and at least give her a chance. Later that day, she made a long post on Facebook explaining how she messed up and how she has destroyed her marriage, basically admitting her affair publicly. But I was rock solid on my decision. She even insisted to have a lie detector test to clear my doubts that she never cheated in the past. Blah, blah, blah. I asked her for some time alone to process all this. We have been living separate since. This was all 4 months ago. Last week, I asked her for divorce, and she started crying, begging for another chance. After that, she visited my parents and asked them to convince me not to divorce. Last night, my parents and her parents tried to convince me to work things out. And after she made her Facebook post, almost all of our mutual friends were telling me how she was brave to admit her affair and that she loves me, and I should at least give her a chance. I'm on an edge of having a breakdown. She is truly remorseful and regrets this. I can assure you this. I do love her, and her cheating on me hurts the most. I don't know what to do. Anyone who has reconciled, how are things going on? Small update. First of thanks to each and every one of you. The amount of support I got in last 15 hours was unbelievable. I'm sorry I couldn't reply to your comments and PM. I'm trying to answer some common questions. We don't have kids. We were planning to have kids after this pandemic was over. We both own a business and we work together. I haven't talked to her in almost 3 months, only business related stuff. Here's the update. After reading all your comments and PMs, I decided, talk to my parents. I called thee and told them that I was going for divorce. After an hour later, she called me crying, not to end it, and told me to at least meet her in person. Since the D-Day, I haven't seen her or talked about affair. Every time I talked, I ignored the talk about affair. She told me she'll explain everything, at least hear her side of story, and after hearing it, whatever decision I'll take, she'll respect that. Since I don't know what was going on and don't have much information about the affair, it will be like closure to me. So, I've decided to meet her on Sunday. That's it, nothing dramatic. Final update. Firstly, thanks to all of you. I never expected this kind of response. Update. As decided, we both met on Sunday. She was quite miserable. I haven't seen her in a while. We talked about our relationship. I asked her to take down her Facebook post, which she did. I asked her about the affair, why she cheated on me. She told me that she was dumb and selfish at that time. She didn't blame me for affair. She told me that they were casually talking, and he started talking about his affairs. She showed me text messages of them both, where he was bragging about his fun life outside of marriage. She told me she was curious, and one thing led to another. There were several texts where he was guiding my wife how to hide affair. He suggested her to buy another phone and always keep in car. I took screenshots of everything thing. She then asked her for forgiveness. I forgave her, but I couldn't get past this. Divorce was my default option from beginning. She begged to try marriage counseling. She told me she will never date anyone else ever again. If she does, it would be me. I don't really care. We will still work together, as this was our both dream project. As for our mutual friend, last I heard was his wife, and he decided to reconcile, as kids were involved. I really feel sad for his wife. She didn't know what kind of monster he is. We are getting divorced. I've decided not to be in a relationship ever again. Let's see comments. She admits she is not interested in monogamy, yet claims to only want to be in a relationship with the OP. Nice try. Even if she believes her own lies, it's still BS. So, she begs for a chance to tell her side of the story, and then her side of the story is pretty much, he suggested it, and I was feeling a bit selfish, so I thought I'd give it a try. Also, I never understand it when the cheating person starts saying things like, I only love you, I don't want anyone else, and so on. If that was the case, surely they wouldn't have cheated in the first place. What they mean to say is, I can't believe my whole life will now be upended because of my stupid mistake. I am dreading the shame of facing our friends and families, and would really prefer it if you could just carry on with things as they are so I don't have to take responsibility or move out of the house or potentially suffer a change in my finances. This wasn't just a one-off, like a spouse goes on a business trip and has a one-night stand in Vegas or something. This was an ongoing affair with intent to deceive for over a month, and she didn't stop the affair on its own. He had to find out. They don't have kids, so he has no real reason to stay in the marriage. Unwinding their business is going to be difficult, but necessary. Hubby, you keep working on our dream business in the basement. I'm going to go upstairs and jump on the bed for a while. Sure thing, hun. I think I've developed new bracelet technology. Sounds great, hun. Keep at it. Even 4 times in a month and a half is a lot, when you consider restrictions in some places was to quarantine for 2 weeks when coming into contact with anyone else. Also, sexting. Edit. Hit enter too early. Let's see another story. My sad story about my cheating wife. So, I wanted to share what happened in my marriage and how miserable I felt now. Sorry for my English too. It's my second language. Me, 33 male and 37 female, are together for over 15 years now. Married for 8 years. Have 4-year-old daughter. We live in UK, but originally we are from Poland. Our relationship was often up and down. We had very good times together and some bad too. We weren't perfect, that's for sure, but every time we wanted to end up being together, our hearts were telling us to stay and continue. Everything started when I decided to move from Poland to UK. Wanted to have better life there, hoping my wife would join me and we can build a new family together. She agreed. I was without her for 1.5 years. Then she came, and we started living together again. Everything was very difficult for me at the beginning, getting new job, language barriers, etc. I had saved quite a bit chunk of money before my wife joined me, just to make sure when she arrives we are secure enough to buy a car, rent a house, etc. Couple months in, we were good, happy together, having plans to have children. One day I was getting up to work and saw a notification on her phone. Message was, "Hi, honey." Bear in mind, I have never ever looked into my wife's phone. I did it first time and discovered a full conversation between her and some guy from her last work in Poland. It wasn't looking very bad, but definitely red flag. He was asking what she is wearing and similar. She also told him to don't text her that early because her husband can see it. There was a lot, "Yeah, hi honey, how is you?" etc. I told her I know everything and she denied she was cheating. She told me that's only a friend from work and this just the way how they text each other. I didn't believe her, and I was asking about that guy for past 8 years, many times trying to get truth from my wife. She was often very upset about my questions, telling me, "What do you think I am? What you think I was doing with this guy? I would never cheat on you. That was only a friend from work." I have never believed her. And since that happened, I have regularly checked my wife's phone. Next couple years living in UK, we get a house on mortgage and our daughter was born. We were quite happy, but I have started very bad problems with my back. Long story short, I have a condition called ankylosing spondylitis, which causes an everyday pain in my back and affecting my life badly. In short, my spine is fusing together. There is inflammation in my body constantly. First 4 years when my daughter was born were a real struggle for me. My wife was often supportive for me, but over time she had enough of me, seeing me in pain, etc. About 3 years ago, she started to text a new guy from her work. Some texts were about to go to hotel one day, and she was saying how she is missing him. Again, we have a chat about this, and she told me it is just stupid way how she talks to guys, and she felt sorry and that would never happen again. You can call me a proper fool now. I did believe her, but I really felt bad, and because we have a little child, I didn't want to get apart and divorce. 5 weeks ago, I have discovered she is texting with someone again, but this time she was deleting messages more often, and I couldn't figure out what is she up to. I have a plan, and I told her that maybe we should try to meet someone new and then get a divorce because we argue a lot, and I don't know how long we can live like that. What I really wanted was to see if she is doing something again, and boy, I was right. 1 week later, I saw her full conversation with her new boss. He is 60, got wife and 2 kids. They've been talking about future together, trying to schedule some dates, dinners, booking hotel overnight, etc. They've been also sexting and fantasy about each other. I was super emotional when I discovered it. She was blaming me for everything, and she tried everything to protect him as well. We talked about what happened for days. Then I came back to that first guy from Poland 8 years ago. She admitted they were kissing multiple times and touching each other. When she told me that, my heart stopped for a moment. Didn't know what to do. And we have another massive argue. Just to add, first guy married, trying to have kids. Second guy married, 2 kids. Third guy married, 2 kids. I don't want to make this too long, but it was more details to everything what happened in past 8 years. The biggest problem and struggle for me is I still love my wife, and I am completely shuttered and broken right now. We are planning a divorce and trying to separate. It's a bit hard because we got a mortgage and 4 old daughters. Financially, we are not great either. My wife told me she don't love me anymore and don't want to be with me for sure. I have invested so much in our relationship and still love her. It's very hard, and I don't know how to cope with this. I know I wasn't best husband ever, and my back pain didn't help as well, but I question myself every day now if I really deserved it. Edit 1. I really appreciate all comments and thank you for taking your time writing this to me. I am taking notes of what you are saying, and I will proceed with some of them. Edit 2. I don't want to go fully ballistic on my wife. I am pretty sure she will stay with my daughter and do joint custody together. I do agree she was awful as a partner. cheating on me with multiple guys. In the end of a day, she is still my little daughter mother, and I don't want to destroy her or break exactly how she did me. I am really trying now to be better man and reasonably with my actions. Also, I want to think clearly without my grief or anger and then do everything what I suppose to do in this situation.